cheesy playstyle.
Historical matchup we do have on our hands over here. Chinese versus Mongols. It happened throughout history. And let's take a look at how B is going to play this one. Your request was to take a look at the Mongol base right away. And we already see something cheeky coming up. That Gur. Where is he going?
Where are you going?
Is he scouting with it? I think he's scouting.
I hope so. Yeah.
Look at
he's looking for the deer. Is he looking for the deer? That's what he's doing.
Possible.
Oh, we need to see his line of sight. But yeah, I think that's what he's doing. I love it. This is
choo. Here goes the Gur. Look at that town center spot in the meantime. It's not something that you commonly see. Usually you see the Mongol players dropping it close to a forest and then, you know, preferably either close to a gold at the same time. It's pretty rare that you have a spawn in which you have a gold and a stone nearby, but that's what we have here for B.
Well, in the wood, typically you like want to get close to wood, and like that wood option is kind of limited here. You got the middle and a little bit on the southeast side, but it looks like he did find the deer and he's dropped his Gur. So let's see when he transitions his villagers over there. Because it still has a long walk to make, right? Oh, is he trying to push him? That is what he's doing.
No way. B.
Oh, I love it.
Wait, was that intentional?
I don't know.
No, I feel like it was just random.
Oh, did he fake him out? Because did he run by? I think his scout ran by. So maybe he's faking him out.
I mean, he's faking everybody out right now, I feel like. He's faking us out.
I'm glad I'm not the only one playing Mongols weird, because this is the weird stuff I was doing.
Well, truth be told, he didn't train a second scout, so he needs that Gur for additional scouting information, though that's probably not the most efficient way of using a Gur in Dark Age.
I'm assuming the Gur can collect sheep, right? I haven't tried it explicitly.
No,
I just assume. Somebody knows. I'm assuming they can. They don't have a whole lot of line of sight. Oh man, we need an upgrade for their line of sight. That's what we need. Gur line of sight.
We have other cheeky stuff as well.
Caravan
Look at the
scouting,
bottom left of the screen. That's a double villager in the training, not something that you see every day.
Whoa! This is breaking all the rules we know about Mongols. What is going on? You never do this with the town center. He's gone for double villager. Wow.
It's not something that you commonly see because it's so heavy on the stone cost. It's 150 stone for 2 villagers. For those of you that don't know, usually the way that the stone cost is calculated for units with double training is that if a unit costs, let's say, 100 food and 20 gold, then the stone cost for 2 should be 120 stone, so the combined resource count from the other resources. But that's different from villagers, massively different. 50 food villagers, if you want to do double training, 150 stone. I assume this is designed with the intention to make sure that villagers, or like, you don't just automatically spam double villagers in Dark Age with the Mongols every single game.
Well, I mean, isn't this the same guy who built the Tower of Victory last week? I'm pretty sure he did, or recently, and then everyone was playing Tower of Victory on ladder. Now we're going to see players everywhere doing double villagers here on, I guess Woodwall isn't on the ladder, but I don't know. This is crazy.
What is that?
And he did the chopping.
Improved forestry. Okay.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Twitch chat had some interesting things brought up over here. He played a very crazy strategy against the Muslim, which was a 3 town center rush in the middle with the Mongols. And chat is contemplating whether that's going to be the idea again here for B. Do keep in mind that the quarterfinals were played parallel to one another. So MarineLorD did not have the chance to take a look at those games. He might not even know about this possible strategy, and yeah, going this aggro on lumberjacking, that explains it. Improved forestry, now lumberjacking upgrade, so many villagers being pulled to do the lumberjacking duty. Makes you feel like there is going to be additional town centers in the making here in Feudal.
Yep. Okay, so if you thought you had your Mongol build order down, think again. B, he's reinventing the wheel but before our very eyes, reinventing the lumberjack. And he's going to be going for a very odd opening, and we'll have to see if it pays off against MarineLorD. Of course, he's over there. We're not giving him a whole lot of love right now, but he's doing his pretty traditional China opening so far.
You gotta love B for such strategies. I mean, he's not always winning with these, but he's definitely delivering one of the, or like some of the craziest games in the competitive scene. And his ideas are absolute madness. He's by far the biggest innovator. He comes in and does things that no one else even thinks about.
Look at the clearing. He's just He's going. He's focused. You saw the tech he got. He's got the one that specializes in chopping down the trees. Like I think he's really focused on cutting through.
Deforestation is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, at this point, he's not just gonna cut through. He's going to remove that entire patch of trees in the middle at this pace.
Yep. But the scout sees it, so MarineLorD knows there's something goofy going on here. Villagers trying to kill the scout. That's a lot of idle time.
Yoink!
He gets it.
There it goes. A swarm of angry bees, the villagers, get the kill on that scout.
Oh, middle barbican. There you go. 3 relics on that side, by the way.
Ooh, interesting. Ensuring the safety of that sacred site. But yeah, for now, MarineLorD sees lumberjacking. He should know something is coming his way, because it's not just the fact that you're chopping a lot of wood so that you play second TC. It's also the fact that he's deliberately chopping down a lot of trees, getting closer and closer to him.
That southern wall. So he's gonna wall his opponent out, but it's not gonna matter if B goes through mid, I guess. There's that second town center.
And that explains why he's using his stone on the second villager and Dark Age. It's not because that's very efficient, it's because he has absolutely no other use to his stone. He doesn't want to make units, he doesn't want to research unique upgrades with the improved version, well, except for forestry. It's all about using up that stone for something in Dark Age, because all he wants to do is go for double town centers now. Choppity, says B.
Look at that.
He's getting closer and closer.
Honestly, this has to be like a record. Look how fast he's chopped through that. He is almost all the way through. He's gonna be in there very soon. But okay, he breaks through. What's he gonna do? Drop towers? Like I guess he can deny the wood line. He could just build towers along his wood line.
How about the town center rush? The distance to travel is very small. The dark days of Age of Empires 4 had Mongol town center rushes. No longer a thing. How about doing it here? I actually wonder if he has gotten the fast-moving buildings upgrade on the Ovu now, because if he has gotten that, it's 100% confirmed that he's gonna do that.
Well, you can't do that with your main town center, right? Could you do it with the second one? Because then they made it. There's a building radius that you can't drop that town center now. I believe is when that change they did.
Choo choo! Here comes the town center. Preemptive tower coming up here for MarineLorD, but tough luck, my friend. You can't stop that town center from going up. And look at that! Howdy, neighbor, says B.
The town center rushes back. Oh my gosh! Everybody hide!
Oh, even more aggressive.
Scout,
every villager's being pulled, but
you can deny this.
Dancing around, villagers being pulled. He's gonna find an angle though. Or is he?
This scout can do this for a long time.
Villagers war in the meantime. Everybody's being pulled by MarineLorD. Everybody's being pulled.
The one thing you have to remember.
Here come the deer stones.
People have a lot of practice defending against the town center rush from those dark days, and that's what we're seeing right here. Losing lots of villagers right now.
Even the Imperial officer is joining out there to block the movement. Town center is still not placed. The deer stones, it got successfully placed, but villagers getting slaughtered in the dozens, and B is down to 22. The plan was great, but the execution is just lacking here. MarineLorD, superb defense. Make no mistake, it's extremely difficult to do this. Constantly block all the possible spots. And it looks like MarineLorD is going to deny this as it is.
He's lost so many villagers. 19 villagers for B, 25 for MarineLorD. Well, he has a second town center, so he could turn this around. He is idling all those villagers, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. He's retreating those deer stones right now. Still can't get it down. I hate to see it. He needs a speed upgrade.
Yeah, he is lacking that. Although MarineLorD had to sacrifice his entire eco for this, do keep that in mind. Like right now, he's pulled every single villager. He's got no food income, so he's not training additional villagers. And B, he still has a functional food eco and a functional town center, so... Oh,
there's an archery range. But that town
to
center,
be
is it...
or not to be? That's the question here. That's the new town center, by the way.
He's gonna repair it, maybe?
He has to repair it. That's a permanent loss. It's not just gonna get, you know...
Oh my gosh, this is
wild. How do you call that? Is it unconscious? It's not really, it's a building. It's not unconscious, but it's not just gonna get partially destroyed and then it's a possibility to repair it.
It's not a landmark, yeah.
Yeah, it's permanently destroyed if these villagers get the kill, and they do.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of wood. But you're right. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of his economy idled here. But you can say the same thing for B. Oh, he's gonna wall him out. Oh,
it's a trap.
Chop. Oh,
I think a beauty by MarineLorD once again. Actually gets out there.
Dropping down a tower. What wildness this has been. I approve of this type of town center rush. This is original. I'm kind of sad he didn't get the speed upgrade. Like I feel like he's not gonna make that mistake again.
Yeah, and it's a cheap upgrade. He could have gotten that before moving on. MarineLorD was expecting this push and the reaction was superb. Now defensive towers should keep the archers away. Truth be told, MarineLorD, he's up with quite a lot of villagers here. He also has Song Dynasty. On the other hand, B had a functional eco for a while and MarineLorD didn't. And you see double villagers could actually help catching up here.
Well, if he had kept that town center alive, like...
Yep.
I almost wonder if he should have just rolled it north and just distracted those villagers or something. I don't know, because if he kept it alive, like, yeah, he can do double villagers. He could have his 2 TC and maybe, like, hang in here. But we do have a Khan and some archers doing some raiding right now, but some horsemen wrapping around. Those will be a problem for those units.
Yeah, some of those villagers are low. You could get a couple of picks before the horsemen clean up your archers. Looks like all of the villagers will get away. B on the other hand...
gets one.
Oh, gets one. Yeah, nice. Nice pick up out there. Look at what B is doing, though. He's just delaying this. Because...
Look up north.
his entire plan was built on lumberjacking. So the best way for him to recover would be do more lumberjacking, go for a second TC. And that's exactly what he's thinking about.
I mean, he can contain the wood line, right? He could... I mean, I guess there's trees up to the north, but perhaps he could control this. But this is definitely... I mean, I doubt you could throw MarineLorD off. I highly doubt, but it's at least like this isn't meta. This is like this is uncharted territory if we're dealing with this craziness.
Yeah, B is still in a tough spot. The question is how fast MarineLorD is with the recovery. Because you see, this archer range is still roaming around. Could be a nuisance.
Oh,
MarineLorD is
get
looking
spotted.
for it.
It's about to get spotted.
Is he?
See if he turns in time. He's looking for it. He's like, where did that thing go? Uh-oh. He's not going to see it. That thing does not have what? Oh,
it's not a scout. It's a horseman. He can't find it. And B sees him. B saw him. He had to see him because he's turning back.
Yeah.
There is a chance that the archer range has more line of sight when it's moving than that horseman. And B, he's just playing hide and seek with MarineLorD right now. Second TC on the way though for MarineLorD, so he's gonna be able to maintain that villager lead. In fact, increase it even further.
Yep, so there we go. 2 TCs down. Looks like he's starting to produce some military buildings back in his home on his side of the wall. Now, I was just trying to think of like, okay, is he gonna maybe produce some rams, try to push through the middle there? The Chinese buildings actually take out rams better than every other building because they've got that gunpowder.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also, you are playing 2 TC Song Dynasty, so you can pull villagers a little easier than some other civilizations possibly to just take down those rams with. Second TC, by the way, spotted by MarineLorD, and he's also thinking about Castle Age here. B's game plan, whatever it is, it's a little too slow to catch up to MarineLorD.
Man, I feel like if he had kept that other town center, this could be a way different scenario. I almost feel like he needs to drop another one or something, but it's expensive as Mongols too.
Yeah, it's about the time element, right? He could afford it very soon, but it's gonna come too late. Now he's sneaky range. It's gonna get spotted. He might spot the Castle Age with that archer range though. Wait a minute. Here we go
Round
again.
2. Here we go. But this time with army, and he's brought the villagers along.
Tower gets cleaned up.
One.
Yeah, he didn't get no superior mobility, but the town center now is going up. Is it coming too late though? MarineLorD does have the art. What is that?
He's trying to push it right there in the middle. Look at that. Look at that.
Let's go.
Yeah. He might pull this one off. Look at that. He's getting it right up against the town center, and it is built, and he's building towers right next to it as well. The Mongol TC rush is alive and well here with 3DB. And there we see barracks being dropped to the north side, but this is going to be a problem. He's denying the gold and the wood line right now of MarineLorD down to the south.
That's the key thing here, because you have palace guards, you have access to trebuchets now to take these down with. The problem for MarineLorD is that he doesn't have access to resources above all. He still has some wood at the back to work with, but his food eco, it got damaged. His gold income, not so spectacular, and this is how B could potentially turn this around. He needs to keep denying those resources, somehow drag this game out, and possibly do even more damage with this forward.
I see BC Cutie asking why we are streaming The Circus and not Age of Empires 4. I think BC's probably just happy that he's not having to deal with this nonsense. He's like, this is better for MarineLorD to have to deal with.
I mean, I can see BC cheering for MarineLorD here, saying, holy smokes, if I end up being in the finals and I have to play B, I might have to play against this myself. So, yeah, there might be a bit of a cheering from Beastie coming in here for MarineLorD so that he himself doesn't have to face this.
You know what? This map is like brand new, and he's already like come up with this crazy strategy. Mongols changed this week. I mean, credit to where credit's due. Like, I really enjoy that he's coming up with like creative strategies, like on the fly. He's not just like following other people's meta builds. Like, he is invented some craziness here.
Yeah, and even if it's not working, it's spectacular to watch. It's completely different from everything else, and every time you go into a B game, you will get treated with something special.
We've got, it looks like he's just trying to, look, he's trying to surround his base with towers and deny all that resources to the north.
Yeah, and once he denies those forests, there is not much left here for MarineLorD. Remember, he can't go to the middle because that's completely denied. And nice micro as well by the archers. He can't take direct engagements against the palace guards, but he can just juke and dive, get some villager kills out there, and the micro is superb so far.
I bet you MarineLorD's wishing that Barbican was in the middle right about now.
It's possible.
Okay, nest of bees. Like, it's all fun and games till the nest of bees show up. Let's see what happens with this.
Yeah, what?
Moving the town center.
Oh, look at that!
Oh my gosh. I'm just envisioning the thumbnail potential of this right now.
Oh yes. Oh yes, the thumbnail potential. How the
He's
neighbor...
got archers in there. Oh my gosh. He could pick off every villager as their spawn, does it? Couldn't he just deny every villager?
Yeah, that's even bigger. MarineLorD has a massive villager lead, but what if you can't make villagers because they get insta-killed?
And you can't like instantly, you can't put a rally on your own town center and immediately garrison, I don't think, unlike some of the other Age of Empires games.
You might be able to jump in time if you like micro your eco, but it's so micro intensive. But MarineLorD is able to squeeze out the trebuchet, and that's gonna be big. Although, not a single villager garrison for MarineLorD, so B can just repair this town center because
he got that villager. Look,
nope, no, not like that.
But yeah, there is a trebuchet. I hear a nest of bees cracking off to the north. Did it get anything? Trebuchet gonna start.
I don't think so.
That town center's not going to be alive for very long. He better have an exit strategy.
Some battering rams could help B quite a lot here. I mean, he could start taking down the town centers. He could start taking down the Imperial Academy. Do some real damage to the base of MarineLorD here. Looks like the TC is going to be short-lived here. Villager is not jumping out to repair just yet. And this is not a landmark TC. This will get killed permanently once again, just like the one before.
I mean, still, at the end of the day, look at the villager count. MarineLorD is up quite significantly. This has been...
Oh, no, villagers! Those are archers inside, not villagers. No one to repair this burning town center.
Yep. Is he going to survive? I think it's going to survive for now. This trebuchet is probably going to hunt it down. He needs to pull up there and repair it. But that villager lead is still pretty significant for MarineLorD, despite all this pressure just kind of been a thorn in his side. But he's doing okay. He's walking a long way for that wood, by the way. You might want to build a girt to the north.
True. Still not repairing the TC though. TC. Oh, 180, 170. Hello? B's got to repair this though. I wonder if he forgot or a shift click went wrong.
Oh no.
B, you can't afford to lose that. Now deploys it. Still no repairs though. It's got to get set on fire once it's deployed again. Okay, he's got to pull villagers. He's fine.
Yeah. It was close though. Okay, this Mongol army kind of needs to like pick up something, but it seems like MarineLorD's kind of stabilized here. That was annoying for sure, but he hasn't really taken major losses. He's sitting on 85 villagers versus B's 49 villagers. He's currently bringing 2 more relics. We have a total of 4 relics garrison.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? 4 relics for MarineLorD, also 2 TC Song Dynasty out there. He's slow stabilizing, and Palace Guards right now respond to everything that B has. He just needs to keep adding Palace Guards and Eco, and he's gonna be fine. Especially if he has some Nest of Bees as well to help out. Spearman tried to chase them down.
It almost looks like his game plan is just like to starve MarineLorD out of wood. Although MarineLorD has 3k wood in the bank because he's like just keeps running around to the north.
Imperial Officers helping quite a lot over there with that. They can just supervise those lumberjacks. In the meantime, Spearmen getting cleaned up. Archers will probably have the same fate, and you just don't feel like B has enough here to do sufficient damage. And MarineLorD slowly recovering, now reaching critical mass of Palace Guards, Trebuchets, and even Nest of Bees.
And B is in the second age still, while MarineLorD is in age 3, and also right now grabbing the 5th relic.
Oh, that is so painful because, as you said, it's all about starving MarineLorD out of resources. But MarineLorD has enough wood to survive for a long time. And he's going to have a lot of passive gold as well. He can buffer up some of the lack of wood even if he gets there. So, worst case scenario, he can still buy some. He can buffer this up to the Stealth Forest to the south. It seems impossible for B to starve MarineLorD out of resources here.
Yeah, it seemed like for a second it was going to work there. We all got very excited, but MarineLorD, he didn't. And honestly, this is, I mean, he probably did legitimately have practice against TC Rush, right? Early days, it was quite a problem. So he probably just fell back on his training. But, you know, these top players, they don't sweat it. They just keep their composure. They just adjust. And he was able to just so quickly just deal with it. He moved to the north. He kept his villagers boom going. Look at this. He's cleaning up the Mongol army right now. Hasn't missed a beat.
That's an ugly one. Yeah, you're right about that. I think the key thing was that by the time this worked for B, it was too late. His initial town center rush didn't work. The second one did, but it was too late. And now look at what MarineLorD is doing. He's mining stone. He's getting ready to drop a cost in the middle. Although, B, he's on the way to Castle Edge in a second, behind by 24 villagers. We have seen crazier comebacks. It feels like a long shot for B, but you get the impression that if B is able to just keep harassing MarineLorD, slow this game down, there might still be a chance.
Oh, villagers speeding up. Going to grab that Springald. The front line of villagers moving on in, heading towards the trebuchets. This would be a big pickup, but I don't... that's the bees! The bees! Ouch!
First volley doing a ton of damage here. Palace... Well, that's a castle drop in the meantime. Second volley coming out here, vibing out half of those villagers. Oh, they just want to finish the walls for the time being, but there is enough stone for a keep even. Trapping all the villagers on the other side, actually.
This is not the way to boom back your villagers. Chop around! Chop around! This is a massacre. You know, to be fair, they started that fight, so, you know, this is what happens.
Oh, now the keep drop in the middle. Sacred Site countdown also started by MarineLorD, so B is now on a countdown with that to 5 relics, 2 Sacred Sites, a keep in the middle. Feels like an impossible task here for B.
You know, it definitely wins. If there was like a creative strategy of the weekend award, like this has to be it. I'm not sure I'm sure other people have tried some ridiculous things on this map, but this has been the entertainment factor I hope to get out of it.
This strategy for B worked against the Muslims, so he tried it here as well. MarineLorD's response was swift. It was an insanely good response in Feudal Age, and ever since that it was just a snowball. MarineLorD seemed like he expected something like this to happen and reacted almost perfectly.
Well, and perhaps the Muslim tipped him off. Could have happened. But yeah, I mean, if I had lost to this, I might tell the person that's plays him next what's going on.
So what's the plan now for B? He's not gonna give up on this easily. He's gonna try, but what can he do? 73 population against 140, double the population on the side of MarineLorD, with a Sacred Site countdown getting close to 730. Trebuchet is now up, keeps up. Feels like there's nothing that B can do here.
Oh, and there's a keep there mid, which he's gonna need some traction trebuchets to deal with it. Siege being produced there by MarineLorD. This would be extraordinarily difficult to come back from, but B is going to continue to put up a fight. We see him training. Looks like crossbows, spears. He's got some lancers and some trebuchets, but now he's had to head against a stronger Chinese economy.
a much stronger Chinese economy. And the problem is that simply dragging out the game is going to be insufficient because you'll be facing Chinese late game in that case. He would need to win this game in the next, let's say, 10 minutes or so ideally, but he's nowhere close to that. And look at that. MarineLorD is actually going into Yuan Dynasty here with the Imperial Palace. Dropping it close to the wood line in the middle will also give him tremendous line of sight.
Yep, that's going to be super helpful. He already has a significant amount of line of sight, but yeah, that'll be plenty more. I like the confidence of like, no, I'm going to put 2 landmarks on the front line.
I mean, the Imperial Academy, it's a little weird, but Imperial Palace works fine. Look at that. That volley also works fine, wiping out most of the archers. Second volley coming out from the nest of bees. Oh, the army from B getting wiped out in a blink of an eye.
Yep, we see those nest of bees doing just fine there.
Look at that line of sight.
Trebuchets down. Wow. Well, that's the
that's madness. Now villagers being pulled here against the nest of bees. Walls should protect them, and once again, B getting slain here by the keeps, by the palace guards. Now nest of bees can open fire, and it is just to slaughter the KD massively in the favor of MarineLorD. There's just nothing that B can do right now. He's getting destroyed on every single front.
Yep, so more and more trebuchets for MarineLorD. Currently at 3 trebs. He's got 3 nest of bees and 5 springolds. That siege is going to be so hard to deal with for B. I gotta wonder what's going through his head of like, okay, he sees an avenue to get back in this. What is it? Villagers rushing the front line. That's what it's going to be.
If only he had the villager lead to be able to do that, but he doesn't, so every single villager he loses is just a massive amount of pain. Trying to trade them off to some nest of bees. Might get 1, but that's all that he's getting. It's not worth it for him.
There we go. And B, despite a crazy strategy here on Woodwall, was not able to get that first town center down. I wonder how differently this might have played out had he actually got that first town center placed. But it looks like MarineLorD is going to hold on there with China and take the first game of the series 1-0.
Indeed, or even if he just keeps that town center alive after that failed push. Because he was slowed down so much by MarineLorD. That was the key thing here. The initial push failed, but then the recovery was much faster from MarineLorD than it was from B. Both sides have taken significant losses and significant damage in this push. It was the fact that MarineLorD was able to recover much faster than B and then just snowballed the game.
I've got a bad feeling this is going to give inspiration to a lot of Mongol players to start